So I have owned my Porsche 718 Cayman GTS 4 litre for nearly 11 months now. It's not quite a year old. And I have noticed something. The prices of them new, not that you seem to be able to get an allocation or order one very easily, still seem to be going up, while the trade value, if I want to trade my car in without selling it privately, seems to be going down. The 911 that I previously owned, if anybody's watched that video, will know that I got to just under a 2-year point about 18 months into my ownership of that car, and because it was so difficult to get a car at the time, the second-hand market was mad, and I sold that car for exactly what I paid for it 18 months after I bought it. I didn't really want to sell that car, but it was too good an opportunity to basically step out of there with a small loss and move into something else. Now, what seems to have happened now is that the 718 4 litre that I own now, the GTS, hasn't quite retained its used car value in the same way. So what I've done is I've been on the Porsche configurator and I plugged in my old Porsche code from my original configuration when I ordered my car to see what the current spec price is and what's changed about it. So just as a starting point, if we take a look at the original saved printout that you can do when you configure a Porsche, I originally ordered my car and it did come, I believe, as a 22 model car, and the original base price on it was this one here, is £65,390. Now, from my spec list, you can see that some of these things were standard that came as part of the GTS package, which are in 0. But my PDK gearbox is obviously an extra, and I opted to include mirrors and the dimming sensor, which also had a rain sensor for the automatic wipers. And at the bottom, you can see that total came to £1,68,922. So that price was not the on-the-road price. That price is the car, including all the VAT here in the UK, and that is what I paid for it. And then I had to pay for registration, and I also had to pay the first year's road tax. Now that'll still stand on the newest model, but if we just compare it basically like for like in terms of what the car costs, because those other charges are UK specific, the costs of the car are basically Porsche setting their retail price for what the car is selling to you. So if we click on this Porsche code at the bottom of the original configurator PDF I've got, you will see it takes us to the Porsche code page. Click on open. You end up here, which is at the Porsche 718 GTS configuration page. Got a couple of things here that are basically giving you the ability to see the technical data straight off the bat, and you can also look at the standard equipment list that tells you exactly what comes in it. Now, my car, if I was buying it now, does come with a tire repair kit. What was on my car that I paid extra for but is now included, if we go down and I show you, you can see it comes with the automatic dimming and exterior mirrors, the rain sensing automatic windscreen wipers, and the electronically folding mirrors. And when we get down here, you can see the multi-function GT Sport steering wheel is now included in there. It was a cost when I bought mine. Also included here at the bottom, which I don't believe, unless I'm mistaken, I don't think my car came with dash cam preparation. So if we go to the bottom of this list and we look at the final prices, the base price is now £73,300, and the sum of the optional extras is £3,227. So my original base price was £65,930. Now that jump up to the base price that we've got on there is £73,300. Also includes now free of charge the multifunction steering wheel that's heated, the folding mirrors, a tyre kit, cruise control, and the auto mirror dimming with the automatic windscreen wipers. So by my reckoning, I think those items, if we take the prices originally at what I paid for them at the time when they were actual and extra you could add, those costs come to just under £1,200. Now you can see that really the old base price that I bought my car at was £65,000 and a bit. The new base price for this year is 73 and a bit, so we're looking at nearly an £8,000 increase from one year to the other, when only really including about £1,200 of optional equipment. So that is a jump. The interesting bit on top of that is it doesn't even include my PDK gearbox. So once you add the optional extras into that, the new price also makes it $76,527. So what does all that investigation mean to me? Well, basically it means that I have discovered that if I was to buy my car again new, I'm going to have to pay probably nearly another £8,000 for it, rounding it up, just for the same car that I bought less than a year ago. It also means, looking ahead, I've got a little bit of a different problem on my hands, because at the moment they're only offering just under 61,000 as a trade buyback. Yes, I could probably get more if I sold it privately, but I paid just over 71, as you can see, which means I'm sitting on an £11,000 loss. If I want to go and replace this car like for like now, because of inflation and changes in the prices, I'm looking at £79,000 on the road, which means I'm sitting on an £18,000 difference between what my car's worth now and basically the car if I was to replace it like for like. So that's a big difference, and when I'm sitting with an estimated finance of about £52,000 outstanding now with 2 years left on my deal, I've only got about £7,000 to £8,000 left in the car. This doesn't leave me with much of an ability to go out and possibly order the next car knowing I'm going to have money to roll over from this one.